This is Sophie Heller, and this is an ACT science question. The question is asking, which of the following properties of an oxygenated hydrocarbon, so this thing that we're performing a few experiments on, would be most useful for its identification? So let's go through our choices. Choice 1 is its molecular formula, and that's discussed in experiment 1. So experiment 1 tells us that by performing this experiment, you can determine its empirical formula, and then the molecular formula is just an integer multiple of the empirical formula. So since the molecular formula is so manipulatable, like you can have so many different molecular formulas that correspond to one empirical formula, the empirical formula is going to be a better way to consistently identify one substance. So we don't want to go with molecular. So let's leave empirical for now. Choice 3, it's freezing point in water, which is talked about in experiment 2. But experiment 2 talks about what its freezing point and how it differs from the freezing point of water, but it doesn't serve to identify the compound. So that's no good. And choice 4, it's enthalpy of formation and Gibbs free energy of formation, talked about in experiment 3, also doesn't do anything to identify the compound. It tells us some interesting information, but it's not going to serve to identify. So the empirical formula, which we see in experiment 1, is the only way to consistently identify the compound, in this case C2H6O. So let's go with choice 2.